I don't know, but I'm crashing out on my label right now because I just really like, I don't know. I feel like there's not any marketing money being put towards all of my ideas. And it's just, I'm starting to really, really, really feel down about it because it's like I feel helpless. It's like, what can I do? What more can I do? You know, I've been on TV. I've been like posting every fucking day. I be posting to the songs. I shot 2 music videos, put them out. I'm like, damn, like what the fuck else do I need to do? Like, it's really hard to cut the fuck through. Like and it's like, I have people who want to buy my album. But how they gonna buy it if they don't know if it's for sale? The algorithm-based way that social media functions now is destroying the music industry. Because if your algorithm is super serving you things out of order of when they're happening, then the general public has no idea when music is actually coming out. Fans are not even aware that their favorite artist is releasing music.
Now, Latto has officially released her album Big Mama. And one of the biggest reasons people are talking about it is because many listeners believe she took direct shots at Cardi B. The alleged diss has sparked plenty of discussion online, especially given the complicated history between the two artists. If you don't remember, a leaked phone call surfaced last year involving Cardi B. In that recording, Cardi could be heard angrily confronting someone from Ice Spice's team. At the time, there were reports that Cardi B and Ice Spice had been experiencing tension behind the scenes. The two artists were allegedly exchanging subtle jabs and dealing with personal issues that weren't fully visible to the public. During the leaked conversation, Cardi was extremely upset and made several aggressive remarks. At one point, she even claimed that she was willing to fight Ice Spice. However, what caught many fans off guard was the fact that she repeatedly brought up Latto's name, despite Latto not being directly involved in the situation. Cardi allegedly compared Ice Spice to Latto, saying that Ice Spice wasn't dealing with someone scary like Latto. The comment immediately raised eyebrows because Cardi and Latto appeared to have a positive relationship at the time. The two had collaborated on music together, publicly supported one another, and seemed to be on friendly terms. Because of that, many people found it strange that Cardi would mention Latto in such a negative way during an argument that had nothing to do with her. To some fans, it felt as though Cardi was unnecessarily throwing Latto under the bus while making a point about someone else. Now, with Big Mama out and fans dissecting every lyric, many are wondering whether Latto's comments are a response to that leaked phone call and the tension it may have created between the two rappers.
You don't know? I'ma show ya. I'm not Latto. I'ma beat her the fuck up. You think I'm fucking pussy ass Latto? Do you think I'm Latto? You think I'm naked? I'll beat you the fuck up. Oh yeah.
Cardi B eventually addressed the controversy and publicly apologized for bringing Latto's name into the situation. After the leaked phone call circulated online, Cardi took to social media to clear the air and express her regret. She wrote, "I was ranting and hot at the moment, but I F with Latto heavy. I respect everything about her, including her team. That's so sweet. And nope, I'm not too prideful to apologize to somebody I really respect. So, this is my public apology, and now I'm a privately buy a bag." To be fair, I do think Cardi's apology was genuine. I believe she truly felt bad about what happened. However, I also think a large part of that regret came from the fact that the phone call became public. The leak exposed a side of Cardi that fans don't normally see, and it revealed how she was speaking behind the scenes when she was angry and frustrated. From Latto's perspective, though, I can understand why the apology may not have completely fixed the situation. If someone publicly implies that you're weak, scary, or lacking a backbone, that kind of comment can stick with you. Even if the person later apologizes, it's hard to ignore the fact that those words were said in the first place. I think Latto may have felt that Cardi was only apologizing because she got caught. The leaked call suggested that Cardi genuinely viewed her a certain way, and that's probably what bothered Latto the most. It wasn't just about her name being mentioned, it was about the implication behind the comments. That brings us to Latto's new album, Big Mama, where she appears to revisit the issue. On the track Give Me That, Many listeners believe she directly responds to Cardi's apology and the infamous buying a bag comment. Latto raps. B said what? Let's clock it. Really got a Hermes store in my closet. Talking about buying Big Mama a bag like my auntie ain't already bought it. Like my auntie ain't coming off racks. Big bank over here. Big facts. Fans immediately interpreted those bars as a reference to Cardi's apology. Essentially, Latto seems to be saying that she doesn't need anyone to buy her luxury gifts because she's already successful and capable of buying those things herself. The lyrics come across as a subtle flex while also dismissing the idea that a designer bag could smooth things over. Personally, I don't fault Latto for addressing Cardi. If she felt disrespected, she has every right to express that through her music. Rap has always been a space where artists respond to criticism, settle scores, and tell their side of the story. At the same time, I couldn't help but wonder, why address it now? The original controversy had largely died down, and for many fans, it seemed like old news. Because the issue resurfaced on a new album, some people felt that revisiting it might help generate conversation and increase interest around the project. Whether that was the intention or not, it definitely got people talking. Latto was also accused of taking another shot at Cardi on the song Chrome Heart Diaper Bag. One particular line caught listeners' attention. I've been stepping on B*** so long, I need another sneaker, and your ghostwriter need another reader. Some fans immediately connected that lyric to Cardi because it echoes language previously used by Nicki Minaj during her highly publicized feud with Cardi. The reference led many listeners to assume that Latto was once again throwing subtle jabs. Personally, I don't think that line was necessarily aimed directly at Cardi. However, I completely understand why people interpreted it that way. When you borrow a phrase or theme that has already been associated with a specific rap beef, listeners are naturally going to make those connections. The whole situation has become incredibly messy, and fans on all sides have strong opinions. Some of Cardi's supporters questioned why Latto seemed willing to address Cardi but not Nicki Minaj, who has also had issues with her in the past. However, people seem to forget that Latto has never been afraid to respond when she feels disrespected. She previously appeared to take shots at Nicki on the Put It On Da Floor Again remix, proving that she isn't selective about who she addresses. If Latto feels a certain way, she's likely to express it through her music regardless of who the target is. For that reason, Cardi B is no exception. Whether fans agree with it or not, Latto has made it clear that she's willing to speak her mind, and if she has something to say, what Lizzo is saying actually reflects a challenge that many artists in the music industry are facing right now. The entertainment landscape has changed dramatically over the past few years, especially with the rise of social media platforms and streaming services. Having millions of followers no longer guarantees strong engagement, successful music releases, or even a loyal fan base. There are plenty of artists today who have enormous social media followings, yet when they release new music, the response can be surprisingly underwhelming. Posts struggle to gain traction, singles fail to chart, and engagement numbers don't always match the size of their audience. That's because followers don't necessarily translate into active supporters. Many people may follow an artist for entertainment, controversy, or personality-driven content without actually being invested in their music. The current music climate is also incredibly unpredictable. These days, random songs can explode overnight thanks to TikTok, Instagram Reels, or viral trends. However, a song going viral doesn't always mean the public has become a fan of the artist behind it. In many cases, people enjoy a particular soundbite or trend without ever checking out the artist's full catalog. Viral success can be fleeting, and sustaining a music career requires much more than a temporary internet moment. In some ways, I think this is part of the challenge Lizzo is currently dealing with. There's no denying her accomplishments. She has released multiple hit records, won Grammy Awards, and established herself as one of the most recognizable names in pop music. Songs like Truth Hurts, Good as Hell, and About Damn Time became major cultural moments and helped solidify her place in the industry. However, despite her commercial success, I don't necessarily get the sense that the general public has a strong connection to her as an artist. While she certainly has a dedicated fan base, there are also many people who have become critical of her public image over the years. Some critics argue that Lizzo frequently uses discussions about her body and weight as part of her promotional strategy. Others have taken issue with some of her public antics or social media behavior. Whether those criticisms are fair or not is ultimately a matter of opinion, but they have contributed to mixed public perception. On top of that, Lizzo faced significant backlash following the lawsuit filed by several of her former dancers, who accused her of workplace misconduct, harassment, and fat-shaming. While legal developments later resulted in portions of the case being dismissed and Lizzo successfully challenging certain claims against her, the controversy itself generated widespread negative headlines and intense public scrutiny. Even when legal matters are resolved or dismissed, public perception doesn't always recover immediately. In the age of social media, accusations can leave a lasting impact regardless of the final outcome. For many celebrities, rebuilding trust and restoring their image can be a long and difficult process. Because of that, it seems like Lizzo is working hard to regain momentum and reconnect with audiences. She's promoting her music aggressively, staying active online, and doing everything she can to get back into the algorithm and back into public conversation. In today's industry, artists often have to market themselves more than ever before, especially when label support is limited or resources aren't as abundant as they once were. Many fans have pointed out that successful artists are increasingly expected to become their own promoters, influencers, and marketers. Simply releasing a great song is no longer enough. Artists have to constantly create content, engage with fans, and find ways to keep attention focused on their work. Whether or not Lizzo's upcoming album succeeds remains to be seen, but it's clear that she's putting in the effort. Regardless of where people stand on her personally, it's never easy for an artist to navigate controversy while trying to maintain a music career. We'll have to wait and see how audiences respond to her next project. Hopefully, her hard work pays off and the music is able to speak for itself. Anyway, let me know what you think about this topic in the comments below. Do you agree with Lizzo's perspective on engagement and the current state of the music industry? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed the discussion. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.